Another huge scandal is brewing involving the PPP and the coalition government. Last Wednesday at the PPP's press conference, it began like this.
It has been brought to our attention that a number of front companies with key APNU AFC individuals and ministers and their families as shareholders have submitted applications to the Ministry of Natural Resources for a petroleum exploration and production license.
And then the blame game started. The former president is claiming that the Granger-led administration is preparing to engage in activities that will rob the Guyana Treasury to the tune of billions of dollars. The opposition leader says that he knows for sure of at least 2 companies which have applied for such extractive license.
There is a premium now to owning blocks, offshore blocks, and getting an exploration or a production license. There are at least 2 companies that we know of that have developed complex shareholding structures that have made applications for these EPLs in offshore blocks that are available now.
Mr. Jagdeo went on to tell the press corps that just one of the blocks can be resold for $100 million. He said that these people who are aligned to the current administration, who he called cronies, have no money to explore for the oil, so they are only buying the blocks to then resell them.
So they will get these blocks, and weeks later they will sell the blocks, because if they get one of those licenses now, they have the possibility of making tens of millions of US dollars, and the estimate that one person gave me in the sector, because he said to me that the big companies will just buy them up, and it's over $100 million US dollars.
Understanding the potential loss of revenue to the Guyana Treasury, Channel 2 Headline News asked the former president if it wouldn't make sense for the government to not sell the blocks. Here is that exchange. If a person can buy a block and then flip it to the tune of $100 million US dollars, when once Exxon or Shell or whoever takes over that, buys it and begins to pump the oil, would that $100 million not be a cost to the government, because they would have to recoup that cost? So then what I'm asking is, would it not make sense for the government to not sell the block, in as much as if the drilling party...
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
It is now being reported that the PPP has already sold several of the blocks to their friends, family, and cronies. And according to Mr. Jagdeo himself, those buyers have the potential to make hundreds of billions of dollars. As the Guyana oil sector attracts yet another massive financial scandal, there are continued calls for the Granger administration to adhere to their pledge of transparency and to not only release the ExxonMobil contract, but also for them to release the list of all those who now own those multi-billion-dollar blocks. For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.